Well, welcome to your Coach's Corner. Hi, I'm Frank Barbehenn, and I will be your discipleship coach for this week with your permission. Jumping right in. The divorce rate in this country is high, and for second and third marriages, the divorce rate is higher. So in our country, the divorce rate for the first time round is around 50%. The second time round, it's around 67, 70%. And the third time round, it's 73 to like 80%. So something's wrong that we're not getting it. And there are a number of reasons why the divorce rate is high and then gets higher for second and third divorces. But the primary one, and it's kind of the dirty little secret behind the divorce rate, because you rarely find it in self-help books, is that the sin patterns that we play out between us spouses, those sin patterns rarely change. And we end up thinking that our spouse is the primary problem, and we're not. And if we throw our spouse out of our lives, we're going to be able to find somebody else. The problem is that we are drawn to people who are like us, who have similar good, bad, and ugly. So in a simple-headed way, I think of it like deer are drawn to deer. So of all the people on the planet, there's only a certain subset of women I'm going to be drawn to, not only because of our similarity in being good. Like my wife and I, we're drawn to each other for a number of reasons and hung around together for a number of reasons, but one of which is we're both sincere and our parents were sincere. But I was also drawn to her because of her bad and ugly, and she was drawn to me because of my bad and ugly. So her bad and ugly matched what I grew up with and how I'm built, and my bad and ugly matched how she's built and what she grew up with. So unless we grab these patterns from the inside out, in the second marriage, we're going to end up being drawn to the same person, same kind of person, even if it's a creative variation of it, and we're going to play out the same kinds of patterns, and we're going to go into a death spiral and crush that marriage as well. So we end up shadow boxing, trying to grab what's happening to us in a marriage. And the shadow boxing just contributes to the death spiral. All right. I want to give you another tool and a homework to be using in relationships to help fight this. I call it coaching. And what you do in coaching is you give each other permission to coach one another if you're nasty or disrespectful, or you're being argumentative. In some way or other, you're being unloving, going back to the first segment. And you give each other that permission and power to coach. And when you are being coached, you do not challenge the coach, because you don't want coaching to be a cue for another argument. So if one spouse is being nasty, let's say you're being nasty, and your spouse says, coaching, you're doing it, you're being nasty, what you're to do is to stop, do a videotape replay, and re-gear. You do not challenge the coach. So the coaching only takes 5-7 seconds. Coaching, you're not being respectful, sorry, do the replay, and re-gear. So that's your homework for this week. Now you got 3 from the beginning here: anchoring your day with the vision to love, doing the associative imagery 3 to 5 minutes, and then in the relationship, making a deal with your spouse to coach one another from situation to situation. That's it for this week. We'll see you next. Oh, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me at Frank at peakperformancediscipleship.com. Frank at peakperformancediscipleship.com. See you next.